Hello guys, it's me, Pokemon Trainer Jacob, and today, last time, I discussed Generation 1 and Generation 5 story, which turned out to be the same story, except for I had to point out that Generation 5 had more engaging characters, and a professor that spoke to you more than twice in the entire story. If you missed that, go back and watch part 1 of Generation 5 versus Generation 1. Until then, this episode, we're tackling something long debated in my head. Which generation has better Pokemon in design? Now, without further ado, let's get to who has better Pokemon designs. Now, let's do this. Our first contenders, our first rivals from Generation 5 versus Generation we have... I'm sorry, I'm having a very hard time seeing this. Here we go. Garbodor, Trubbish and Garbodor versus... unveiling the rival, Grimer and Muck. Now, here's what we got. Here's all Muck and Grimer are. Piles of sludge. At least Trubbish and Garbodor are keeping something together. Trubbish and Garbodor? Trubbish and Garbodor are keeping something together. Trubbish and Garbodor at least have more than one color, at least have better design, and I don't know, at least aren't slowly killing the environment. They're fixing it. Garbodor and Trubbish are the reason there are no landfills in the Pokemon world. What are Grimer and Muck doing? Killing us all. And you know what? That's Pokedex right there on killing us all thing of Muck, Grimer and Muck. But all Grimer and Muck are a pile of sludge. Garbodor and Trubbish at least have some sort of creativity to them. So yeah. So you know what? There. Trubbish and Garbodor are so far keeping Unova in the lead. Oh yeah, part 3 will be the region itself. So let's prepare to have some fun with that. Now we have Unpheasant versus Pidgeot. Now, this one is a hard one to decide. But you look more like a typical bird, though. But at least your freaking hair, your mohawk right there, not really mohawk, but you get whatever kind of hair that is at least keeping you in the running for having a good design. Without that, you can be nothing. But where Unpheasant is gonna take this one, and here's why. Unpheasant, at least, I don't know, has some creativity, and actually kind of looks better than Pidgeot. The mask has it really going for the pretty design of the female, and the fact that there's some gender difference, and just the fact that at least there's more color. This is just a more creative design. Next, generic zebra with electricity versus generic horse with flames. You know what? This is a tie. There is none is better than the other here. This one's just a tie, honestly. Now, let's go back to the item Pokemon, shall we? Because, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get some point. Let's see, one sec. Long route it. Kanto starters versus Unova starters. I'm going to give it to the Kanto starters for this one. I'm going to give Kanto theirs. So that's 3 points Kanto, 2 points Unova so far. Now, next, like I said, wait, what did I say? Oh yeah, inanimate object Pokemon. Let's finally have the Gear versus Magnet. Okay, well, Clink versus Magnemite, I'm gonna give that one a tie, but Magneton, you are gonna have to go up against the other one, to Clang. Magneton versus Clang. Now this, you make more sense. At least you have some development rather than just having more of you. Okay? At least you have some sort of development rather than cloning 2 of you. You actually grow. You actually have development, unlike Magneton. So therefore, that's 0.3 for Clang. So it's kind of a tie, because, you know, Kanto starters each got, you know, 3 points. And so this is so far 3 points. So 3-3. Now, we're gonna jump to one more item Pokemon before we get to other Pokemon. So guys, What's Chandelore's competition, shall we? Yeah, this is an automatic point for Generation 5 right here. Electro versus Chandelure, yeah, Chandelure wins. Candle versus Ball, Candle totally wins. No, this is a Chandelier versus just a ball I flipped upside down. I believe the Chandelure line wins this one. So, that's 4 points for Generation 5, 3 for Generation 1. So for the total points is 5 because, you know, the engaging characters thing. So it's so far 5-3. It seems that all they've got going for them, these guys, all they really got going for them is the Cano starters. Want some more comparisons? Fine then. Ball of smoke, puff, and methane versus what looks like but isn't actually vanilla ice cream. So, what would you think? Honestly, this clearly looks better. Has more than one color. It's at least it's happy with its life, and it isn't a poison ball of death. So let's see So on the Pokemon count, that's 5 points for freaking Generation 5 and 3 for Generation 1. Now, we're about to have a 3v3 rivalry here because we're about to go Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus versus 3 generic superpowered birds. Okay, now, let me explain. Sure, the genie forms the incarnate forms don't look as good as these 3, but you know what does? The Therian forms! The Therian forms clearly take the cake as looking better than Multiceptor Articuno. They at least have a more creative design, or at least 3 different beasts rather than 3 of the same beast, but with a different palette swap, little bit of a different design, and just stay of fire, ice, electricity. Honestly, at least they have some diversity. Well, some more diversity. Most of the articles are pretty diverse, don't get me wrong, but these guys have more diversity here. So Thundurus, Landorus, and Tornadus take the cake as being better. So that's 1, 2, 3 points. For Gen 5, that's currently 8-3. Okay, yeah, Gyarados. I don't know what water beast we can put you up against. Gyarados versus Jellicent. No, I'm pretty sure we have to go Jellyfish on Jellyfish there. Well, Jellyfish on whatever the freak that is. So, yeah, I can't compare Gyarados to anyone. I'm sorry. You know, Gyarados, you just look good enough. Automatic point. Ding. So that's 4-8. 4-8. Next, Geodude, Graveler, and Golem versus Roggenrola, Bulldor, and Gigalith. Now, Roggenrola versus Geodude. Geodude wins. That's 1. I take Bulldor versus Graveler. I say I gotta give it a tie there. But Gigalith versus Golem. Golem doesn't make sense. Gigalith makes sense. The rock is growing bigger, and Golem, a turtle just pops out of a rock. So Gigalith wins there. So that means giving 1 point to Generation 1, 1 point to Generation 5. So that will be a score of 5-9. Do I need to continue? Generation 5 Pokemon just have better designs than Generation 1 Pokemon. So let's do the math on the points total. We have Generation 1 with 5 points and Generation 5 with 10. That extra 1 comes from the more engaging characters factor. Alright then, so we need to settle things once and for all on the region itself. So, join me on part 3 to decide which one has the better region. Whoever has the better region itself by geography will win the game. Who will win the Better Generation Award. Alright then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am ready to start by comparing their regions. I want you to know though, spoilers, I will be using Black 2 and Soul Silver to compare their regions, because it will be the final copy of their regions, and I will only be using what was there in their generation, so that way nothing extra is added and no extra points are given for no reason. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in part 3 of Generation 5 versus Generation 1.